This iMovie is intended to provide an overview of the materials within the Writing Workshop kits. A special thank you to the members of the committee who conducted research, recommended Writing Workshop, participated in trainings, provided valuable expertise, and will be valuable resources in the buildings. Getting started may seem a bit overwhelming, but we have some suggestions for you. First, lay out each resource and orient yourself with what is available. Looking through the table of contents is also helpful. Reading through the bends will also give you some great background. Let's get started with the units of study. First, look through the Getting Ready area before your lesson. The inside cover offers an overview of lessons in each book. It is called the bends. Read through the multiple lessons before planning to see how they are connected. There are anchor charts embedded within the lessons. Tips are also embedded within lessons. Mid-teaching points will help provide direction. We definitely recommend you read the bold words to help you get started. There are 4 units of study for each grade level and 4 parts to a lesson: connection, teaching, active engagement, link. Each Writing Workshop kit contains a sample of a few mentor texts. However, there are many lists of potential mentor texts available on a variety of topics. The LMC directors have been made aware of these lists, and if there are books you would like to see purchased, please be sure to connect with them. There are a few things the pilot teachers have found. Please don't expect to get through a whole lesson each day. And please remember the bends don't always match the number of days for the lesson. Don't worry, it gets easier after you have taught, and most often while you are actually teaching the lesson. Use sticky notes to get to lessons quickly, and it's okay to have the lesson book on your lap and read from it. Here are a couple of examples. For example, you could say, "A former student made a book like this too." Print off examples from the book to use in lessons to model for learners. You can use the DVD to find these. Save past samples made with learners from lessons to use for future years. And don't forget, we're all in this together, so share with other team members. Our next resource is called Writing Pathways. Rubrics are available for each type of writing. Here's a little hint. Color code the rubrics for pre-assessment and post-assessment writing samples. The checklist for the different types of writing were used to develop the VASD I CAN statements. Here's another little tip. Have the checklist ready at the start of the lesson for learners to refer to often during the unit. Warning! Here is something our pilot teachers experienced. Learners will need extra time to understand the rubric and the checklist. Learners don't have past years of experience. In the future, when everyone is using Writing Workshop, this won't be the case. Implementing Writing Workshop will be overwhelming at first, but stick with it. It will definitely pay off in the writing of your learners. Writing Pathways includes more samples. An idea you might consider is to use the samples from the book and have learners grade the piece of writing using the checklist and look for specific skills. Another great resource for you will be the CD. Read directions provided above. There are a number of useful things on the CD you will find of value: rubrics, checklists, continuums, other Common Core standards which are embedded in Writing Workshop, like speaking, reading, listening, and language. The next resource is called If-Then Curriculum. This resource is grade specific. It provides extra teaching points specifically to student needs while writing. Another helpful piece are conferring scenarios with verbiage for the teachers to help guide your writers. It is very helpful to use the table of contents to help find the skill your writer needs to work on. On the CD, there are sticky notes to print off to provide the student with as a reminder of teaching points, and they can then refer back to them. There are also alternate and additional units specific to each grade level. The important pieces to this resource is that it can be used for RTI, and you can make lessons more individualized for learners. The final resource is called A Guide to the Common Core Writing Workshop. This book provides basic information about the writing workshop. It is a valuable resource, but it is one that you aren't going to use like the other resources. If you have gone through the District Writing Workshop with Katie Lindner, you will learn about many of the topics in this book. One thing the K-5 Writing Committee would like to encourage is for you to save any of the older kits you have for Writing Workshop. They still have great resources you might want to continue using. This has been a brief overview of the Writing Workshop materials. If you have questions, you can connect with any of the committee members for assistance.